If you want more FIFA content from me, I'm now uploading exclusive videos to Patreon. The link for that is down below. And if you want to avoid the random lottery that is FIFA points, you can go straight to the source with u7buy.com. And of course, you can use the code TVM at checkout to get yourself a discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to yet another player review. If you're looking for the other flashback cards that were released yesterday, Aidan McGeady is on the channel. I explained in that video why I'm not doing Shane Long. Nothing against Shane Long, I just run out of accounts, basically. But Coleman, the player in question today. Now, it was the same suspects as it normally is, to be fair. Of course, they can't give it to Keane anymore. Retired. So, give it to Coleman, give it to Long, give it to McGeady. Now, I'm not moaning, actually, because I really love Aidan McGeady, and I'm so happy that they made him the best one as well. I don't quite understand that, though. 86, 87, 88... The content seems to be geared towards 88 rated players at the moment, because obviously all the League SBC cards that came out recently are all 88, or for the most part anyway. Same with the Libertadores cards, they tend to be around 88. So why Coleman 86, why Long 87? Why not just bump them to 88? I think they didn't give Coleman an 88 because they didn't want to make Bellerin completely useless and annoy people who had completed Bellerin. So Bellerin is an 87 rated fullback. And he's currently coming in at around 100 and... I can't remember, 140? No, 20? 30? What's he coming in at? 140, right, Bellerin. But I actually really like Bellerin, and I actually think that's a very good price. This SBC is currently coming in at around 80 to 85, touching up to 90, depending on what you have or don't have and platforms, etc., etc. So I can more than understand why they didn't want to make him the same rating and make it feel like you're going to get better bang for your buck if you've done this and annoy people who've already done it. It does kind of make sense, but at the same time, surely they knew this was coming, so they could have prepared for it with Bellerin. I don't know. I digress. Let's have a look at his stats, though, because on paper, not a bad little card. Of course, I've given him a backbone. Did toy with a powerhouse, but just wanted that little boost in strength, really, so that's why the backbone was chosen. Very good defensive stats, increased up to 96, 98, 93, 79 heading and 90 interceptions. I went from the bottom up to the top. I have absolutely no idea why I did that, but still, I did. 76 strength up from 71. The jumping into the 80s now with the chem style, as well as short passing up into the 90s, 96, and vision up into the 80s with 82. Very, dare I say it, very good looking defender. 91 rated points per position with the chem style. Bang on the money at 86 without the chem style. So you are literally getting what you pay for. Everton fans will be very happy with this, I'm sure, as well as Irish football fans. Although I do feel a little bit annoyed, aggrieved, cheated, whatever the word may be, that we only get to choose one of them. It would have been really nice had they just made it repeatable. I genuinely can't understand why they haven't made it repeatable. I would have been more than happy to pay 85 rated team and an inform 3 times to get all 3 of those cards. It would have drained quite a lot of coins from my account, actually. What would it have? 240,000 coins for 3 of those cards? Now, seemingly, if they were tradable, that wouldn't be a bad idea, but seeing as how they're untradeable, it's draining a lot of coins. Not difficult to fit into a team, of course I'm saying that with icons around him, but of course he is a Premier League player, so it's easy enough to link him in. If you've done Keane from Foot Swaps, was it last season, then you're laughing because you've got a really strong link and you can get away with playing whomever you want at centre-back and so on and so forth. But let's get into what was good, what was bad, and what was truly ugly about this card, because there is a lot to talk about. Fullbacks are very fun to review for me because I tend to leave them on overlap so they get forward a lot, and there he is again whacking the ball across the goal. Very good cross, actually. His crossing is 97. Good ball across for Neymar to just slot home. And that's one thing that I did really like about him. Getting forward, he was very good. I wouldn't say like amazing, but he was solid. You know, he was just a good, capable player going forward. The outstanding positive for me really was the fact that he felt quite not mobile, but he was able to, you know, his ball control was nice, his composure was nice. He wasn't like super agile. In fact, he's got 80 agility, so I'm probably going to put that down as a negative because he could have felt a little bit more sort of manoeuvrable. But I just like the fact that he was comfortable on the ball then, shall we say. Now, the main negative, and you've seen him give away a penalty just then, the main negative is his inconsistency. Now, I don't know whether this is a me problem, an EA problem, or a Coleman problem, but I'm going to have to mention it because it could very well be a Coleman problem, I don't know. He's a little bit inconsistent with the tackling. Now and again, you'll get to a point where you go in for a challenge and he just completely misses the ball for absolutely no reason. Now, I know that that is something that is in FIFA, and a lot of people will suffer from that, not just Coleman. But I mix up my fullbacks. This is a great challenge here, though. That's a really good tackle right at the end of the game. Of course, we're winning 4-2. We're no in danger of losing it, but still, it was a really good challenge. And again, here with a great interception. That's one of his main strengths, actually, interceptions. Not so much with the passing out from that point, but his interceptions are bang on. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the fullbacks that I use, Bellerin, Player of the Month, Trent. I use Zambrotta's icon. And there's one other one as well. Kyle Walker now and again, but not that often these days. And João Cancelo's 84. I've used now and again. Depends whether I need the links or not, really. But now and again you'll get other... I've said now and again like 9 times. I do apologise. Even I got annoyed at that. But either way, I will use random defenders, right? But I not notice any of them be as inconsistent as Coleman. So surely it can't be a me problem, you know? It has to be a Coleman problem. Like there, he wins a foul, but he didn't actually take the ball. Maybe that was a FIFA issue rather than a Coleman problem. But the one where he gave away the penalty is the biggest example I can give you. He goes in for a challenge, completely runs over the ball, comes back, tries to do it again, runs over the ball, and then in the end just ends up kicking him to the floor. So, yeah, only sometimes. That's not often. I've dwelled on that far too long. Don't think that happens like in every game, because it doesn't. He's actually a very capable right back. And he is very good at going forward. His passing, for the most part, is very solid. However, I believe there are better players out there, and that is why I'm not giving him a very good review. Now, I'm not saying I'm giving him a bad review. I don't think he's a bad player. He just didn't seem to perform for me as well as I expected him to perform, and I was actually a little disappointed by his ability. Now, I don't want anyone to think for 1 second, just because he's an Everton player and I'm a Liverpool fan, that's why I'm giving him a bad review. Because this is a video game and I'm into my 30s. I'm not that childish, right? So, but you're playing a video game too. Yeah, that's by the by, right? That's irrelevant. Video games are for everyone. So, with that being said, I'm not being biased towards him. I couldn't care less if he played for Everton, Man United, or another team that Liverpool hate that I can't think of. I think that's about it, really. We don't hate anyone else. Leeds, maybe, because everyone hates Leeds. But jokes. I am joking. It's all banter. But no, I mean, I like Fred. You know, Fred in this game is brilliant, and I can't wait to get that season objective Fred. He plays for Man United, so I've defunct that, right? But in terms of the value for coins, right, I've given him 55 because I think there are better cards out there for the coins, or at least not for the amount of coins you'll be spending on Coleman, but what I mean is if you were to add like maybe 10, 20, 30k extra, you can get an end game right back, you know? I've got a little comparison screen next to me, maybe I'll show you, maybe I won't, but Coleman is compared to the likes of Liner, which is a Bundesliga League SBC card. That League SBC card, by the way, looks head and shoulders better than Coleman. Unfortunately, you will be spending a lot of coins to get it. However, very good card. If you have Player of the Month Trent, for example, this is irrelevant because Trent is better on paper. Not by an awful lot, though, to be fair. In fact, his passing is the only thing really stand out better. But I've used Trent a lot, and I wouldn't say that he's like crazy better. I think Coleman is far better on the ball in terms of agility, mobility in general, even though I do have agility down as a con for Coleman, because it would be nice if it was much better. But yeah, and he is actually better than Kyle Walker in terms of the complete fullback. I just feel like Kyle Walker can actually tackle, whereas I find that Coleman for some reason was struggling. But if we have a look at a player that that isn't that expensive, and in fact, so it isn't that expensive. I was going to look at Hattabor of Atalanta. He's actually coming in around 148,000. I mean, just that Bellerin, though. I mean, Bellerin is 140,000 coins. I mean, okay, fair enough. You're going to spend an extra 60,000. But Bellerin is a player that plays in the Premier League, probably gets the same sort of links as what Coleman does realistically. And, of course, he is a card that's good enough to be kept there until well into Team of the Season, if not beyond until the end of the game. Coleman, in my opinion, isn't quite good enough to be kept in the team that long. It's a shame, actually, because I did really want to enjoy him. I wouldn't rule him out, though, in terms of moving him into a different position. The issue that you're going to have here, realistically, is you then need to find someone to slot into right back. But if you were to play him as a CDM, for example, he's an 89 rated CDM with a backbone. You could argue then that a powerhouse would be a better chem style. 90 rated CDM. Again, there are better CDMs out there, but if you're an Everton fan and you're not getting on with him at right back, I would definitely recommend trying him as a CDM. Tell him to drop between the two centre-backs and to stay in the centre to sort of limit that stamina. And I know I said stamina is a negative because he's got high work rates and he just gasses himself because he's constantly up and down the wing, unless you tell him to stay back, and it does help a little bit. But I do like the card. 80 rated for me overall in a Class 2, which is actually quite generous. But unfortunately, I just don't think it's as good as other things on the market, and I think EA knew that. They were aware of it. That's why they gave him an 86, not an 87 or an 88. Let me know what you think of Coleman in the comment section down below. If you have enjoyed the review, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.